This isn't like my usual video. I'd like to talk about my 8-year game development journey and hopefully inspire others to start their own, or maybe not be so embarrassed about their previous works. I'm going to talk about my old games, show them off, and go into detail about the development behind each game and not be hidden about anything. I'll even discuss my journey as an artist and developer, discussing what I learned. People will grow, and that's okay, and that's what I'm here to show off. I released trash games too, so let's get into this. First game is actually impossible to find, but I remember it as clear as day. I was following a video by a fellow named Ryan Wallace. His tutorial intro is still haunting. After I make this video and upload it, I'm going to comment on his video and say, I think about you a lot, because I kind of do. It's personal. I watch his video, and it's just his intro. It's so formal. It's perfect. My game, I still haven't talked about, because it's not important. But let's talk about it. It was called Snoop Dogg's Forest. You collect 8 weed and you win. It was a shitty Slender clone, but weed. You collect 8 weed, and it was a JPEG of a cube with Snoop Dogg and red eyes. It was hilarious. Even 22-year-old me thinks it's hilarious right now. But I'll be honest with you, the only reason why I remember this game is because of this goddamn intro and this stupid formal intro, and I love it. It's just my intro. It's just an inside joke for me. That's it. Next game. Hello everybody. It's 6 a.m. I don't know why I'm up, but I'm not quiet because everyone's in the house right now. I'm just quiet because I'm really tired right now. Alright, we're gonna watch this intro together because I think it's the funniest thing in the world. Let's watch it together. Alright? I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. My second ever game was called The Hooded Man, and the only cover art I have was this. It's horrible, right? And guess what? I never finished it, mostly because I didn't know what the hell I was doing with this project, and back then I didn't know either. I guess I wanted to be another run away and don't die from this enemy type of game, and we already have a lot of those now in the indie realm, and they suck. They all suck. Here's an example of one.
Where are the other cookies? What? Relax. Holy shit, dude. Are you kidding me? This is not even scary.
I didn't learn anything about this game as much when I was developing it. It was just me putting a bunch of cubes together like a Minecraft game. And I thought that was texturing at the time, because this was my second game ever I developed. And honestly, I didn't learn much about it. And if you're developing a game right now, that's not how texturing works at all. I cannot talk. That's not how texturing works. You have to have a lot more than that. I promise you, it's a lot more. I wish I knew this at the time, because holy shit, modeling sucks. Don't Minecraft your way into modeling, alright? Unless you're testing, of course, then by all means, cube away. All the screenshots that I have now, it's just horrible. It's horrible, because there's nothing about this game that has detail. I have no idea what the hell this game was. There was nothing about this game. There's nothing. I have no details. I don't know what this game was. My next game was called Maze of Horror, and I'll be honest with you, this is something that doesn't really have a lot of documentation, but I can remember that this wasn't really released because I didn't really have much to do with it. It's kind of in the name, let's be honest. Maze of Horror. It's a maze filled with horror. I mean, what else? You walk around in a maze and something gets you and you die. It was a very short experience, and I'll be honest with you, it was boring. I didn't really want to release something that was boring, and plus, I didn't really know C# at the time. I was still learning it, and Unity was turning off C#. Well, no, they were turning off JavaScript and turning it into C# at the time. So I was like, nah, we don't like that. And I didn't really want to learn it at the time because I was a dumb kid, and I just really loved that red dye, man. That red dye ADHD stereo was so yummy. So I didn't really do good with learning C# at the time. So stealing code was so good. It was delicious. So thank God for Unity forums at the time. But also, that making that game too, someone made a game and it was called Jack the Mime, and it also really reminds me, maybe it's not good to make like a maze game the way I did, because they made it exactly the way that I was going to make it, and they just showed me, don't make it the way that I was going to make it, because it's horrible. It's horrible. Here's a clip.
That's a dead end. No, it's not. Baby girl, run for your life! Ah!
Seriously though, like, props to the developer for making that game. Even though it was not a good game, they still made a game and sat down and put time into that game. So seriously, props to that. So the next game was a really weird era for me. It was the Five Nights at Freddy's era, and the Five Nights at Lucario's is what we made. And I say we because I was on a team for, like, I don't know, man. I don't remember how long, I'll be honest with you, because this was an era where I just kind of forgot things. Five Nights at Lucario's, this was a game that was never released because I think it was really bad. I don't remember anything about it except like a few things. This was when Five Nights at Freddy's was getting really big, 2015, and fan games were popping off. Anything hit. Didn't matter if it sucked or not. So people just grew up with it. Like, one of my favorite FNAF fan games was Treasure Island, and that game with the mechanics sucked. It sucked. Anyone can disagree, it sucked. But the style and creepiness, amazing. I love it. But I don't know, man. I just wanted to voice the phone guy in the FNAF, FNAF, Lucario. That's it, man. And the game, it was just not good because I had the files at some point, and I remember I was working on the game and it was just bad. It didn't work. I didn't know how to code. I didn't know how to model. I didn't know how to utilize Unity to its full potential, and I was still failing. And finally, I got to this era where I was like really trying to utilize Unity to this point, and I kind of just left that group, and boom, Five Nights at Lucario's 2 was being worked on, and I was still trying to voice act for them, so I guess I was trying to, like, keep my ground with them. I was working on my own project, and this thing was it never came out. Never. I never heard a single thing about it, but it sucked. I'll be honest with you. The only screenshots that I have or anything gone, like, full, like, well, videos, it's gone, but I have a few screenshots. Obviously you're seeing them, but so this is where I actually started trying, kind of. Okay, when I say kind of, it means kind of. So next was called The Website. It was basically a horror game where you browse the deep web and fend it off some dumb guy in a suit, and you're gonna start seeing a really big pattern here, alright? So it was inspired from Welcome to the Game heavily, and some of my games were, and sadly, I admit to that. I'm the guy who made a few of those games. I try to take a turn for that for reasons, but me being filled with the autistic spirit, I obsessed with this for some reason. I don't know why. And the website, though, was never completed. It was only inspired to be turned into another game. Now we're going to transition. See what we did now? We're transitioning. Cyberstalk. So, website was canceled immediately. We made Cyberstalk. Well, I made. It was kind of a mix, honestly. Cyberstalk, it was the same concept, but I just kind of canceled the website, and then I made Cyberstalk. It was just kind of changing the name, I'll be honest. But while I developed this game, I kept realizing that this game sucks and sucks. And I went a good minute developing this, and even got a programmer to work on this game a little bit. Good news. While I was working on this, I managed to find a very old demo of this game, and I never knew that. While I was making this video, there was an old testing dev demo of this, and it was NDDB? Yeah, NDDB. And holy shit, I never knew this. I mean, I did, but not recently. So we're gonna try it out, and we're also gonna try out some of my other games when I get to them. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that brings back memories. Ooh. That's fucking dog water. The text is so small on the bottom right. The internet is filled with hidden objectives. Which do you seek? Loading. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I remember this asset. I remember I did not know how to fucking program a loading scene, and now I do. Loading scenes are the most easiest thing ever. Literally the easiest fucking thing ever. I don't know how you cannot program that. Now, super, super easy. Me in my head trying to comprehend on how to tell you without sounding stupid. Basically, quarantines exist. Quarantine. Start quarantine. Or you could do a simple float, you know. Why am I not playing a game? And the textures for the keyboard are not even finished. I remember this took me ages to get this to work. And it doesn't even work. Nothing in this game works. That's really it. Textures aren't working. Particles look fine. This is an asset. This whole room is an asset flip. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That mouse. Maybe, hopefully, I'll find some other missing files. Alrighty, this time I'm going to show off something a little different and something I finally get to show off. That's my first release. It's called Thread, and it's inspired by Her Story. Her Story is actually a very rare game that doesn't get discussed as often, and I'm kind of surprised. This game is extremely well made and one of my favorite games out there when it comes to uniqueness.
My name is Hannah. Hannah. It's Palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work from Lyric though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone.
So yeah, this game is released, and it's pretty sure it's broken actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest, this was made in a week or two. Can't remember the time frame, but it was actually really short. This was the first game where I was actually able to code something on my own as well, surprisingly. I'll be honest with you, the story in this game was not memorable. I don't remember the story whatsoever. The gameplay, not memorable whatsoever. You just click. You could press play, and then you could end the game right away and get the ending right there. So you could speed run the game 2 seconds. So get the world record right then and there. It's not memorable whatsoever. Probably my least favorite game I've ever made. I could easily make it in 2 minutes. It's super brain dead. Super brain dead game to make. I could game jam that bitch in 2 seconds. Don't call them bitches, bro. Before I go, there was Thread 2. It's really low documented, but I said that wrong. Documented, but you know, it's not really that great to talk about because I don't really have that much on it. It was basically going to be the exact same game. I only have 1 photo on it. I quit developing it after like a week. It's not fun at all. But next game. Alright, my next game is called Trail. It's something unique still. I haven't seen anything to this day, honestly. You walked on the beginning of a trail and have to get to the end before dying. You had a phone and you flash left, right, and straight while managing a battery on the phone. And though while thinking about it, the mechanic kind of sucks. And I thought about it before being made. I had a prototype done early, and also a programmer worked on this as well, though they left and had worked on other projects before. And they were nice about it to tell me that they said I'm going to work on another project. But that's just their way of saying, dude, this project fucking sucks, I'm leaving. Kill yourself. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the game did kind of suck. You look at the loop, the gameplay loop, you get to the end, it's just another like simple FNAF loop clone. You try and get to the end before a timer runs out and just do something, and it's horrible. It's gameplay loops like that, you really have to just do something before time runs out. Stressful game mechanics like that, I like stressful game mechanics like that, but it's just not really that fun anymore in my opinion, because I don't know, it's outplayed now. I kind of like long gameplay experiences where you can enjoy yourself with the unknown factor to it, like a horror experience. Kind of something like Voices of the Void. I'll be honest, I'm just kind of yapping at that point. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's just ADHD, so don't worry about me right there. That's just stupid ADHD talking. But anyway, blah blah blah. This sucked. Guess what I did after Trail? I worked on another game and canceled Trail for some reason. Have you noticed a trend anywhere, by the way? I canceled a lot of games in my lifetime. This was just young me. I was 14, 15 when I started working on games. And I canceled a lot of games. When I was working on Trail, I think I was 16. And I canceled the shit out of so many games. That was another one that was canceled. Guess what? Next game. Alright, I started working on bash.os. This was a big one, and guess what? You can play this one on Steam as well. It was a pretty big asset flip, and I won't lie about that. But I learned how to animate in this game, and I had several big YouTubers play this one as well. Maybe not big YouTubers play it, but honestly, that was my goal as a developer. I wanted to have content creators play this one. And one named John Wolf played it. He mostly just shits on indie games, and surprisingly, he didn't shit on mine as I thought he would, but it was way more deserving to get shit on. But shout out to him for being nice about it, because I thought he was going to shit on my game when I made this game, I'm not going to lie. Because it was very deserving to be pooped on, like cheek spread and diarrhea on. It was really bad. The game was extremely bad, buggy. Enemies completely stuttered when you look at them. Animation wise, the models just sucked. Mask models, 3D textures look horrible. I don't know. It's just coming from a personal preference for me, because I make this stuff now and it just looks better personally. But I can't just be mad at something I made as a kid, so I don't know. But there was one YouTube kid who played it, and he was like, I don't know, 15, 16 maybe. I'm probably way off. But he edited the video way better than any other YouTuber did, and he was funny. And it sucks because he deleted the video, and he was super funny. He beat the game fair and square, and he was super funny as well. Well, honestly, it was exactly that, but I had some kind of twist to it. They gave you a hard drive. Well, the guys who were trying to kill you, they gave you a hard drive. Why did they give you a hard drive? No goddamn reason. No fucking reason. No reason at all. Just to fucking kill you, I guess. Dude, the game made no sense. It made no sense at all, but I just thought it was in my head because I thought it was funny. I didn't think it was funny. I just thought it was scary, but no. Now I think about it, I'm like, shit makes no sense, dude. It makes no sense. I'm just yapping right now because I just think about it, and I'm just fucking, why are you so stupid, little me? Why are you so stupid? When I released the game, basically, it didn't really do that well. I got like 400 sales, and I'm not gonna lie, I always told people, yeah, the game did great. I got like $1,000. No, I lied. I gatekeeped hard. I got like $400, I think. Dude, that game, it flopped so hard. It flopped. I mean, I made my money back, but it really flopped bad. The game didn't really do that well. It sucked. It sucked. I mean, what can you say? When I did make the game free, though, it got a lot more plays than I ever thought it would, such as it went from 400 wishlist to like 50,000, which is kind of crazy. It's not, let's just say it's not accurate data. It's just not accurate data, but free games on Steam and such can get high publicity. So I really recommend, if you're a developer and you just want to make something for publicity, then free is the route, dude. Go free, because my stats on there are actually insane for a free game. And that was for me releasing my game for money at the start. And now my game's been free for a while now. It's been making some stats. So I'd recommend making your game free for a good minute, or releasing it with a sale at the start. So I highly recommend it. Please be smart. Bash.os, though, it was a buggy mess. It had a lot of flaws that I had to make the game free for a reason. I also lost the source code, so I couldn't really release any updates. this was something that happened a lot too. I lost my source code twice. Back up your games, guys. This game was basically Cyberstock, and I rebranded it to Bashed OS. It was really the files of Cyberstock, surprisingly, if I remember. I could be wrong about that, but I remember I used Cyberstock's files for certain things, though. And the scripts and models and everything from Cyberstock were a part of Bashed, if I remember. Like I said, I could be wrong, but I remember I did use some of those. I did. Da 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 da. I'm the developer. I have rights over yours. I think. Someone could easily correct me and just, I don't know, court of law me. But yeah, anyway, I announced a sequel, and it just never came. As usual, by me, it's very common I announce things, and it just never comes. Never. And that sequel, it never came. I think I announced a sequel, and then I did an update for the game. But I think I also... It's possible that I might have did an update and then I announced a sequel. It's one of those two. I'm a really weird developer, I promise. But I do this. I'm very learnful of my experiences, and I promise I make up all my things. There's a reason why I'm making this video. That's why I'm doing this. Bash.os, though, very fun experience. Matter of fact, I even recorded some of my gameplay experience and showed you of why I think that game is a little silly. And here's my experiences on that game. Let's take a look, yeah? Oh yeah, this game had a cutscene. So he puts a little thing on your doorstep. I don't... That was weird. We'll try the tutorial. Can I play the tutorial? Alrighty. We're just gonna do... Dude, there's no way I thought this was actually good to release. And I will say, I have improved from the beta to this, because you will have a lot of stuff noticeable. The only thing I don't like is the whole shadowy... I forgot what this little thing is called, but there's a lot of screen... What is that? Screen space thing? I don't know what that's called. It could just be something. Yeah, because I didn't use any big post-processing stuff or volumetric fog lighting. Holy shit, I was a fucked up kid, bro. I think I just programmed random noises, and that was just one of them. That's scary. That's scary. That's scary. Is that a person? Ooh, that's creepy, bro. That's creepy. Why did I do that? Dude, I was a fucked little kid. Yo, that's creepy. Yo, maybe this game is not as shit as I said. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, there was the car. There was the car I was talking about. Yeah, maybe I talked way too much shit about this game. I'm gonna be honest with you. I talked way too much shit about this game. The details that I put, kind of cool. It's just the coding. Oh my god! Wait a minute. Was little 8-year-old Jimmy cooking when I made this game? That is the scariest shit I've ever fucking witnessed in my life. The details, man, the details. I fucking heard something on my right. I have like a little speaker set up for my left and right. Heard something on my right. That is awesome. Yeah, no. I take back what I said about my fucking game. This right here, I actually cooked. Little Jimmy cooked. Little Jimmy cooked. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. My brain was fucking cool. I was a cool kid, man. I was thinking the last number code is 6. what you have to do, you have to mix this code. I found a code. You have to mix this. That piano code right there. That's what she was saying right there. Connect the cuts. Connect the cuts. That's what she was saying. Connect the cuts. That's what she was saying, man.
Connect the cuts. That's what she was saying. Connect the cuts.
See, that's what I'm talking about with the epileptic shit. That should not be a mechanic. What happened? This is what I mean. This game is so confusing. It just doesn't explain shit. You just have to find out for your own. Honestly, now that I play it, it's kind of cool. This game is actually not even bad. I heard a scary noise, and I do not like scary noises. I do not like scary noises. To be honest, not even a bad experience. I was kind of shitting on it, but now that I replay it, it's actually not even a bad thing. I talk about it. Really fun. You don't know what's funny, dude? These are all fucking images from my garage. Well, the garage I used to live in. That's funny. I just wanted it to be as creepy as possible. Like, you know those creepypasta images where you just like shake your camera and you want it to be as creepy as possible? You just shake your camera a little bit with an Android. Like a gnome! There's a gnome! That's kind of how I wanted those photos to be. Oh yeah, I had a bug where when your mouse disappears. I was really... Dude, you could see his little hand bug when jump scare. You could see a little twitch. I was not good at animations back then. I got way better on now. That was bash.os. I'll be honest with you. I replayed it. Way better. Way better. I'll be honest with you. I can see that there's already a bug that I could fix. I hit my mic. There's a bug that I could already fix, like while you're using the mouse. If you die, your mouse goes back to its normal. Up the Ante is probably my favorite game I've ever really made. This is where I actually started to learn a lot more, like lighting and coding, and really, lighting is also my best forte in Unity. You'll see that a lot later on too. I'm really picky with my lighting, and so Up the Ante was supposed to be a game where you help someone navigate through traps, but if you failed, then they died. And that's endgame basically. But I wanted something larger, and it was basically Saw, like, you know, the movie, but you were helping them on the other end, finding their way out. You sat in a room, and it was extremely cool, but honestly, I thought it could do really well if it was done right. This idea had prototypes, even a playable prototype that I never uploaded. It developed into 2 versions. I developed a version where you basically have to guide someone, and also a version where you play as someone who is in the traps. And the version where you guide someone is also the version where I haven't uploaded. It's somewhere around here. It could also be considered lost media. It's just, I don't know. It could just be somewhere where I don't know. I'll be honest, I might have lost it. I'm very bad with keeping my things. Not on my recent game that I'm making. I've uploaded that 8 million times on different places. I'm not losing that. I refuse to lose that. So this next game I'm making, no. This game was going to be like Saw, the video game, but better, because that game sucks. If you know Saw, the video game, it sucks.
Oh shit, I can't do the easy one. Hurry. What is this?
And I'll be honest with you. This was a point in my career where I was starting to get more creative in my work, and I didn't want it to be a super big copy on every, because that's where my games were just copies of things. I was just copying a lot of stuff. It's still kind of happening, but I wanted to be a little more creative, and I'm still trying to be creative and take a big turn on things. In the playable demo version though, you basically play as someone who wakes up and you have to solve this trap, or else the trap will go off and, you know, it'll kill you. And the kill animation is kind of wacky. I like the wacky animation though, it's very funny. And if you manage to survive, then the game just kind of ends. There's no like, congratulations, you won. I didn't put that in or anything, which I should have. I don't know why. I thought the game was good to release like that, but, you know, it was a demo or something. It was kind of funny for me to release it like that. But that's basically what the demo was, and if the full game was going to release, I was going to have it to where multiple traps progress. So you could do that one trap, and then you go to the next room, and you do another trap like that. It was basically just saw the video game, but multiple traps. Not bullshit-ass enemies and stupid-ass saw goddamn shotguns and stupid ass look through a peephole and get shot in the head and do pipe puzzles. Not that bullshit. Next game. Alright, start of the show. It's an alright game. It's something I made in about a good year or so, and I used all of my skills in. I started using the HDRP pipeline in Unity, and I used that around... I started using that in Up the Ante, actually. So my last game. Basically, though, if I stop yapping, this game was extremely broken. It worked well sometimes, but there's a chance you could get soft locked and you just couldn't move, and it just broke the game, and it makes me sad. It makes me so sad. The game had some FPS issues as well. It's because I use SketchUp, and SketchUp is not meant for 3D modeling in Unity. And if you ever use that, stop. Please stop. Save yourself. Save yourself. Go learn Maya. Blender. Go learn Blender, please. Please. It's free. It's not hard. Please learn UVs. I beg you. I don't care what anyone says. I beg you. I was struggling the whole time using this. Faces were weird on SketchUp. I would export double-sided models on SketchUp and regret it just because faces were on the wrong side, and I hated how faces were on the wrong side. I never wanted to flip them on the right side or else it'd be invisible. I hated it. But on other softwares, this was different. But anyway, surprisingly, 6th grade computer class taught me SketchUp, and SketchUp was easier. SketchUp is brain-dead modeling software, so if you really wanted to not really model and model super easy, then SketchUp is the wave. Blender is a little hard to learn, and Maya is also a little hard to learn. It's a little complicated, but please just don't SketchUp, please don't Maya and Blender, please. Either way, the game is documented really well. I have a Discord server with a private chat with nothing but development images that are just for me, and it's meant for teasers, to do things. It's all there. The game itself was supposed to have a big update, and the update just never came. And it's funny because the update itself was supposed to be from the teaser images, and the teaser images are this. And the teaser images were supposed to be from the original concept of the game. And the original concept of the game was supposed to be Halloween night, and you taking photos on specific spots of the map. You go out at night and take specific spots on the map and come back on Halloween night with trick-or-treaters, which is super weird while saying it. Basically, it was canceled because the idea sucks. And the whole idea of the other game still sucks, but at least it was better than the other original idea. And I thought, alright, big update, let me try and release it. Maybe it'll still work. Little did I know I was going to lose the game files. Guess what? Never came. A big update never came. And unfortunately, I can never update the game because... shit. No files. I would gladly update the game. Believe me, I would, because I still like the game. I still think it's one of my best games I've ever made. Considering it's my second game I've ever really release, well, third, my big release third, I guess, but still, I love it. I love it. All right, big love it. So this is star of the show, another game where I don't have an options mode, which is kind of funny. A lot of games I didn't have option mode. I didn't learn what options were until very recently. Accessibility is very important to me now, which is very, very important. I was very, very big on animations, as you can see. Uh, personally, I think it looks great, in my opinion. I like the shaded glasses guy the most. I think he has a lot of personality. And in my characters, I think characters that have dickish personalities that talk a lot and that are quirky are my favorite type of characters. Like Johnny Cage, uh, he is hilarious, and Ash Williams is another great character that I would kind of compare this character, the guy with the glasses and winking. I think he winked. I'll be honest with you, I can't tell. And it sucks because the 2.0 update that is coming soon is not coming soon. And I wish I could take that out because it's just false fucking advertisement. But the game is free, so maybe it's not really false advertisement, but it's free, so thank God it's just available for everyone to play right now. But anyway, because I still think this one is actually probably my best game yet, and I still think it works well. So we get on the PC. You don't even have to play the tutorial, actually. You can go just close it. You fax that over. You get the paperwork. Put that up, you open it, close it. Now we can actually play. If you're in this room, I know this for a fact. Here's like this is how you break the game, in a way. I believe if you go out and step out of this room, that's when the AI just breaks. You do not spawn the enemy AI anymore. I think if you go in here, that's when the AI timer starts going down. I think there's a collider in here, like an on trigger collider, to where the timer starts going down. But if you step out like this, GG. Nothing can hurt you anymore. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Why is that? Because there's an enemy that when you close this door or open it, when you go out here, sometimes there's an enemy death animation right here to where you can die right behind this refrigerator. They'll go ooga booga booga, and then you'll go like Scoop, well, I'm about to die. Like they'll fucking kill you. So you'll die right there. You're gonna fucking die. I should have probably done my handheld. You'll probably go boo. You'll fucking die basically. But this is also a game that had coins, a money system. Oh yeah, it did. You needed to buy the car keys. And the security system was actually pretty good. And the sound system was really good too. Everything was really good for the coins, I'm not gonna lie. The hacking system, now that I think about it, start of the show is pretty good. Probably a way better sequel than Bash.os. I think I'm really crucial on myself. Just playing the games itself, I'm just not a fan of the style anymore. And just looking at it, I feel like if I just played it again and really updated it, it could have been a lot better. Because I just know things that I didn't know at the time. So if you do hear a sound, you're supposed to turn off the light and you're supposed to close this. And the reason why this texture, I believe, is unlit as well and not giving off any like shadows or anything is because I wanted it to be like, oh shit, why is this texture not here for the player? So the player can be like, you know, they'll come here like a Capcom game with the barrel's fucking painted, right? So I wanted the player to feel like this too with this. And also too, the enemy will actually come out here and look for you if you're hiding, which is really, really cool mechanic. You just actually have to be in here and hide. Like, they'll come and look for you with a flashlight, which is awesome. Really, really cool thing I did that. This is a really fucked up website. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Like, do it, fucking pussy. You want free money? Yeah, I want free money. Click the fucking ad and just instantly. Do it, you fucking pussy. Do it. No balls, pussy. Dude, this game is dark. I made a like, I was really obsessed with dark things at the time. I was really obsessed with like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and shit like that. Am I dead? If I walk out here, am I dead? I'm not dead. Okay. I was talking about the models earlier and how you can tell that if they're made in SketchUp or not. Like, this was not made in SketchUp. This is an asset flip. Look at that. Obviously SketchUp right here. Because there's no texture. There's no fucking texture. This is made in SketchUp right here. Texture. SketchUp. Look at this. Terrain. Just like bash.os, you can leave and go to a trail like this, and then another SketchUp thing. Like SketchUp again. SketchUp. SketchUp. Like, why is everything SketchUp? And the game just tells you, like, from a closer look, this looks like the suspect's name. Probably sound like Sora. I could probably. This looks like one of the suspect's names. Huh, maybe I should keep this and write this down. Nah, that was not Sora at all. That was not Sora. I'll stick to my fucking Shaggy and Hank Hill. Yeah, that was not Sora. Maybe I should just fucking do it. Do it. Fucking do it. Regret that. Regret that. Do it. Do it. This game's alright. I mean, if I had to pick and choose, like I don't know. I don't know why that's funny. Like this image right here, this is from Up the Ante. Like, that's a reused image from Up the Ante. I don't think I ever used that model in the game though. These are all also from Up the Ante. I never use these in the game. That's a image I kind of wish I had saved on my own. That's a lost image. Remember this? You don't know what I just realized? Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Did I just witness death in real time? Chat? Am I cooked? That's what sucks. So the game breaking bug just happened. Yeah, so this just happens sometimes if you go on your PC, and the script was basically if you go on your PC, it'll spawn you at a certain spot. So the world space camera can align with the real camera. I think that's how the camera was. I don't remember how it was. Oh man, it just upsets me because this game actually is kind of cool now that I'm playing it. It's just flooded waste because the ending to this game can't really be obtained because a small tiny bug like this can happen at any time, and there's so much cool shit behind it. Like that tiny thing that just happened, like that where I witnessed death. Really cool. And the ending to this game is really also amazing. I'll have to put a video on it. So my next big experience and my next big game is taking the review. It's another weird one, but it's also unique. So this game was supposed to be like Papers, Please, but while making it, I never thought it was like Papers, Please at all. So you work the night shift at a ticket booth, letting people in and out, checking people's registrations, and seeing if they can come through or not by checking through the town. And honestly, it was a cool experience, but because the characters could talk, I learned about a website that could automatically generate faces that aren't real people. And I got a 3D software that could also rig characters with faces on them easily, and I animated the faces and characters easily as well with dialogue, and it was super simple. Thankfully, it looked well and felt well, and I never got a demo out and canceled it. And I even still have the files. I believe if I ever really wanted to continue this, but I feel like it'd still be better to just start over completely, since this project was made completely on SketchUp files, and I hate it. I hate the models. I'm not a fan of the models, though I really do like the lighting and how it looks still. And the mechanics of this game are still pretty unknown to me as well. It's kind of just an art thing at that point. And it's just another reason why I canceled it. I don't know what the player would do, and I made another I made a lot of horror games that were like this as well. Constant loop where I'd rather have a game where you're in a car with someone hitchhiking where you can't leave the car. And it's the feeling of the unknown, and I talked about this. I feel like I could simulate this perfectly. I didn't get this far into the project before quitting. It was mostly just art at this point. Alrighty, so fun fact, I managed to bring out the files that I had for the game. The game works perfectly fine, I think. We're gonna try that out now, I'll be honest with you. The game is kinda bad. Nothing really works, and fun fact, the main enemy in this game is Free K, and Free K is the main character in one of my newest games, We're Getting Deeper into the Abyss. I don't know why I was so obsessed with that name. It's just some dumb name that I really got obsessed with for some reason. And this is my code. The code was so shit. And fun fact, it's still shit. It's still so shit. I don't know why. But I mean, I can optimize my code now. I learned what switch statements are. I learned how to actually get my code a little more optimized. I'll be honest, I know how to like make it look a little bit better. But the game looks a little more nicer, in my opinion. I'll show what models are mine. Everything here was made with SketchUp. Everything. So I made this model. I made this whole model right here. I made this model. I made pretty much everything. This is why you don't want to use SketchUp right here, because these components, obviously you can just make the model in SketchUp. My mistake was not making it a complete one model together. You can make it together and just export it as one model. But the reason why I didn't do that is because there was some error with Unity, and I don't remember what the error was when I did that. I don't remember the error, but I remember there was something wrong that really screwed me up when I exported it. I don't remember. But either way, the game itself it looked fine to me. If I turn on the lights and shadows, everything looked fine. But if I looked and turned on the stats, the batching was horrible in my opinion. Yeah, the batching is horrible. It's so bad for a small scene like this. It should not... The batching is horrible. For a small scene like this, you should not have this much of... You should not have this much. No. Why should you not have this much batching for this? Because all these models right here, they're put together. So if I disable this model right here, right? It already disables so many batches, and it's just so much better. But the cool thing about this game, let me show you the gameplay now. Wow, that completely killed the immersion. Basically, you could actually see the security cameras, and you could even see the guy pull up. And he'd look at his phone. He'd have 2 different animations too. So I have the 2 animations done already, which is amazing. So the whole mechanic was listen for sounds, work on your computer. Well, the computer was a security system, and the security system was going to be different maps after you let someone pass through. You talk to him, you have a certain amount of time. If you don't talk to him, he gets confused. He puts down his phone, he gets confused, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing, man? What the hell are you doing? Why aren't you talking to me?" You're supposed to talk to him again, and if you don't talk to him again, I don't think I even had an animation. Never mind, I did. He's like, "Alright, why aren't you talking to me again?" And then that's kind of when I didn't really finish the game here. And that was the biggest point. So please hand over your license and registration. So he'd hand it through. He's supposed to hand it to you. And I never finished this. So when you grab it, that's when you actually get to the gameplay right here. So you get the license and registration, do all this, blah, blah, blah. Check it. And sometimes you're just supposed to go back and check on him. Sometimes he wouldn't be in the car. Sometimes he would. Sometimes they would be sketchy. That was the whole gameplay mechanic. The whole gameplay mechanic was checking on people and checking their personalities. That was my whole gameplay mechanic, and it was fucking awesome. But back then, I didn't have like the gameplay fleshed out or anything, and it was kind of weird. After you let them through the gate, I was like, what then? What after then? If they were bad or good, what happens? And I got confused, but now I know what could happen. So maybe I might work on this game in the future. I just kind of want to restart because these models are really bad. Everything. These animations were mine, the facial animations. It does look fine. I just kind of want to restart it. Okay, sit back on this one, really. I had this idea for a while. I've had mental health issues for some time, but come on, who hasn't? Depression, anxiety, we all get that sometimes. But I feel my games were getting a little stale. I noticed that all the games I were making were getting canceled. Literally almost every game except a few. And I found the reason why. It's because the purpose of them wasn't really interesting. Remember when I said all my games were for content creators? Well, yes, something like that. I wanted content creators to play it. And now I've been making this game, for a different reason. I've had the idea in mind since 2018, surprisingly. At least the main character I've had in mind. Here's a doodle of him from 2018, along with a few other characters. I mean, they're alright. I mean, come on. I mean, they're okay, I guess. I plan on experimenting with the art style soon enough, though, as originally the game was supposed to be a lot darker and inspired by Gregory's horror show. I fell in love with the narratives and other games over the years when I grew older. I can't speak. And fell in love with characters. And I decided this is what I wanted to make. And to do that, I kind of had to step away from the horror genre. And I'm still really in love with the horror genre too. And I decided this is what I wanted to make. So what is this game even about? You ever play Night in the Woods? It's basically that, but like a 2.5 open world. Well, if you also play Yakuza, well, the sub-story mechanic in Yakuza is basically a thing in my game. Serious or silly sub-stories. And mini-games in my open world, and the game is basically a full-on narrative. You can completely play the game's story and completely ignore the side story stuff I wanted, and you can take a break from the depressing story because, yes, it's going to be depressing. My game's going to be super damn depressing. You can just go play some side story stuff, or mini-games if you want it. And what topics do I really want to cover in my game? Oh man. In previous games I always thought I covered weird topics, but no, I just kind of tossed in things and thought I covered genres. In this game I want to add characters and have them represented really well, like whatever it may be. Once again, depression, anxiety, and bigger topics I'd like to cover. So autism, sexual assault, isolation, and a lot more. So all these triggering things in life. It's things I've kind of went through, and I want people in life to understand that it's okay to feel something you haven't felt before, and it's okay that you've gone through these feelings. And by things you haven't felt before, I mean feelings. Life sometimes sucks, and sometimes you gotta get hit by an overhead to learn that it's an overhead. Right, fighting game players? Come on, high five, fighting game players. I'm sorry if I ever sound very inappropriate, by the way, really. I'm on the spectrum, genuinely. I don't really mean the bad things I'm saying. I'm super fucking sorry. Anyway, look, this game is extremely large, and my point is, this is my latest game I've ever worked on, and if you see how far I've gotten as an artist and a developer, it's 8 years of work. So let's just recap a little bit. When I started, I didn't know anything about nothing. I was the old norm. I started off with a really bad laptop that could barely run Unity. You gotta follow so many tutorials, alright? A lot of tutorials. Or you could just fiddle around with Unity. And just fiddle around with any game engine you do. Just fiddle around with it, because guess what? That's all I did. I just kept fiddling around until I fucking Googled something. Just keep Googling and Googling until you figure something out. It's a really bad habit, but guess what? You'll figure stuff out and you'll learn how to fix stuff. Here's a tip. Get people that use the same engine as you, and they're your friends or just people that you know, just to help you out, man. It's also a really bad habit. You gotta learn stuff, man. Don't beg people for help because you'll fucking annoy them. Get friends. Get a group of, like a team. Get a team, a reliable team to help you out. Your mindset will change later on. I worked on core games and I just never knew what I wanted to do. Come on, man. You can do this. You can do this.
Look, I think I'm gonna end it there. I think. So, I yapped a little too long. It's super late still. I've been editing this for a good minute. If you want to check out any of my games, I'll leave them in the description. There's a portfolio for my website. They're super bad. Some of them will not be available. Mostly because I just talked about them and I only have screenshots that are kind of exclusive to me, unfortunately. But I'll try and get them out there. I have a Discord server for my newest game, and if you're just curious about my older games, you can just message me on my Discord, dude. I'll send every screenshot. I don't care about them. They're so bad. Why do you want my older games, man? They suck. They fucking suck, dude. So yeah, if this video ever blows up, by the way, I'm so happy to do like an interview, like a Hot Ones interview. You ask me, so hey, what's your favorite game you ever made? And I'll just fucking eat a hot wing, going like, oh yeah, so this game that I made fucking called, so I don't have a good game that I've ever made. And then I just continue smacking on the wing, like going, because I don't have any good games I've ever made. They know that. And if they studied, Sean Evans, if he fucking studied, he would know that I don't have a good game. Mr. Interviewer. I'm just saying. So anyway, this is Mark Maps. I'm so happy to do an interview, by the way. I would love anyone. This is me begging, by the way. This is me begging. I'm kidding. You guys have an amazing day. Please, have an amazing day. Do great as a developer, starting developer, new developers, continuing developers. Keep going. This is Mark Maps, one more time. Love you. Yeah, bye-bye. Robloxian dance.
Popping the pills, shot in the block with me, wearing Chanel.